ground in this parable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The parable of the sower ranks right up there in popularity in Jesus' teachings. Now, of course, we assume ourselves to be the rich soil that yields this bountiful harvest. No way do we consider ourselves to be the rocky ground or the weedy ground. I mean, who wants to be associated with anything that doesn't reflect our best effort? Because the illustration quickly describes how the seed is either eaten by birds or withers in the heat, we might switch our comprehension to hearing ourselves as the seed instead. Now, is this a story about our faith and we're supposed to be a reliable source of spiritual food for the world? And if we're not carefully listening, we might even confuse ourselves with the sower, carelessly tossing a limited supply of seed around. I mean, even a city person must surely know that seed tossed on a sidewalk isn't going to sprout. It doesn't stand a chance. So who or what are we supposed to be? Yeah, how many gardeners do we have here? Quite a few. All right. I know that some of you have plantings that would make anybody green with envy, pardon the pun. I mean, you know that it's not just dumb luck that results in a nice harvest. It takes proper planning, for one thing. You can't plant your garden in the shade. It needs the right amount of sunlight. The soil needs water and good drainage. And it needs all the right nutrients, like the black gold of compost. You clear out all the rocks that you can. You might even mix in some peat to break up the hard clay. You do what you can to minimize the number of pests in your dirt. Without the hard work of proper soil preparation, the return on the effort will be lackluster at best. Less produce, smaller fruits and vegetables. Might even be a waste of time. You could have just bought all that stuff at the store, The people who heard Jesus tell this story, many of them lived their lives closer to the earth than most of us. I mean, who knows how many of them were farmers? And even a townfolk would have tended a little plot of a garden out of necessity. Did they have the ears to truly listen to what Jesus was saying? Even if the soil is properly prepared, the true farmer still relies on the right amount of rain and sunshine to have that successful harvest. Too much of either one could be devastating. Drown or drought. Look at the fields in our area. The corn and soybean are stunted in some places, and some fields even have bald spots where the rains either washed away the seed or standing water drowned out the plants. Farmers roll the dice every year. And they hope they don't crap out, right? What kind of gamblers are we? On what are we willing to take a chance? It will be determined by the condition of your soil. That is your heart. The soil where the birds gobble up the seed because there's nowhere for it to sprout are the people whose hearts are hardened to every cause of the world. They're the people who posted comments regarding our trip to Toledo to welcome the Syrian refugees. They said stuff like, these are quotes, "They will pretend to be your friend as they are planning on killing you. And I don't care if they're nicer than Mr. Rogers. Pay your own way. And you're just letting the fox in the hen house till all your hens are dead." Now, of course, you can't see what I have printed here, but I went ahead and printed in all the misspellings that were included in all of these things that were posted. So I think this could also be a commentary on our education system in America. Will people like that ever have money, let alone love, to share? The shallow soil that sprouts a plant with no deep support are the people who have done no kind of preparation in life. The ones that toss their money at all the latest fads, like the junk with which we fill up our homes or the trendiest gadgets that we just have to have, are the people who seem to be constantly confronted with financial emergencies. They have plenty of money for playtime, but don't bother asking for donations to your worthy cause. What money is ever left over to share? They're also the ones that wither at the first hint of any challenge or difficulty in life. Nobody has troubles like they do. The seed that manages to sprout in the weeds finds itself crowded out by all the other things growing there. We need to save money for retirement. There's medical bills. The kids need this or that for school. How are we going to pay for school? And that car won't last forever. Gosh, and look at how much fun those people are having on vacation in that television commercial. They're so beautiful and young. I want that. What money is ever left over to share? Yeah, farmers and avid gardeners, they know that you have to spend some money to make some money, or to save some money. Think of winter rye. It's planted to serve as nourishment for the next crop. It's a fast grower. Sprouts quickly from its seed, makes a nice thick mat that covers the soil, prevents erosion over the winter, keeps a loss of nutrients from leaching out of the exposed soil. The heart that has taken in the seeds of love and wisdom that's planted there is soil that can support and nurture faith throughout every season. Even when the floodgates of life burst open and threaten to drown us, or in the darkest days of coldness and loss, the heart that knows extravagant love remains reliable soil. Such a heart knows money can't buy love. And yet the spiritually mature person knows that money shared multiplies the good that is possible. Telling a hungry person they are a child of God is meaningless if you leave them hungry. Oscar Wilde, that 19th century playwright, you won't hear him quoted in too many churches. He said, "Where there is no extravagance, there is no love." And where there is no love, there is no understanding. The people with the hardened hearts lack love because they don't yet understand. God sows the seed there anyway. The people who live lives of only chasing after the latest fad lack depth because they don't yet understand. God sows the seed there anyway. The people who find themselves choked out by all the cares of the world don't lack the capacity to love, but they find themselves struggling against contemporary expectations. God sows the seed there anyway. Do you consider giving to church a gamble? Do you think something else is a better bet? You will share your money based upon what kind of soil you are. And that goes for our online viewers too. All of us will share our love based upon our understanding. No matter how much we have, it is no risk to share it extravagantly. In every season of our lives, Jesus wants us to prepare the soil of our hearts for a harvest that will satisfy every hunger. Amen.